Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Sees Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, getting her heart broken next week. It's going to be bad. Her fiancé is falling for his ex early next week. And then when the Forresters are all back to la, that's going to be when Taylor gets the rug pulled out from under her. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to get into what Taylor does after Thorsten K. dumps her and runs back to Catherine Kelly Lang. Actually, I think the order of it will be Ridge runs back to Brooke and then dumps Taylor, because we know how he does women. He generally doesn't stop to break up with the last one before he moves forward. So please hit subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's dive in. So, Ridge's big epiphany is coming up. It looks like it's early next week with the big accident in Italy. We've got spoilers on that. Brad Bell said this accident is going to be like something we've never seen before. Then Ridge realizes he's meant to be with Brooke. That means right as Ridge comes back to California. Once he cuts her loose, the big question is, first of all, is Taylor going to stay in LA or leave to just get away from all this? It would be super uncomfortable for her to stick around to watch Brooke and Ridge living there happily ever after, especially with how many people hope to see Taylor dumped. And then it happens. Once Ridge is back to LA, of course, Taylor's going to be ready to start planning their wedding. Ridge has to come and tell Taylor, oh yeah, the only wedding is probably going to be between him and Brooke. But then what? Let's talk about what's next for Taylor after Ridge breaks the engagement. First things first, in addition to wanting to know if she stays or goes, what could be really fun is a revenge romance, a rebound that Taylor knows would rub Ridge the wrong way. Can you imagine if Taylor ran off with Nick Marone, Jack Wagner? Ridge was going nuts over Nick talking to Brooke. I think he might have the same reaction with Nick talking to his other soon-to-be ex-Taylor. Because if you remember, Brooke is not Nick's only ex-wife. Nick's got history with Taylor too. Nick and Taylor were married, and they even tried to have a child together. She was struggling with some infertility issues. They used a donor, I think it was a donor egg, and Brooke. Taylor found out that the kid was actually Brooke and Nick's. Then she unraveled, started drinking, spiraled, and their marriage was broken. That was back in the Hunter Tyler days. So that was obviously years ago. But Taylor and Nick are both about to get their hearts broken, get dumped. They might turn to each other for comfort, for friendship. Who knows? I mean, it's a long shot, but I think it'd be really cool if Taylor hopped onto Nick's boat and sailed off with him. Especially since we know Rebecca Budig's 1-year anniversary on hits next week. We don't know if she signed a 12-month deal or a 2-year deal. We just don't know. The second scenario to consider if Taylor decides to get out of LA and away from Ridge and Brooke is she may run off to meet up with her kids. Just last week, Jacqueline Messinswood left LA with Kelly Spencer, Sophia Paris McKinley, and Hayes Forrester, Brian David Garlick, saying she needed to get her head together after the Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada mess. Steffi told Finn she needed time away. But of course, this Steffi exit is short-term. It's just to cover for Jackie Wood's maternity leave as she has baby number 5. Then we have Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, who is in Paris right now. So Taylor could run to see one of her kids, or both of her kids. Maybe Steffi is also headed to Paris to see Thomas and Douglas Forrester, Henry Joseph Summary. And Taylor joins them there to try and get through this rough time after Ridge breaks her heart yet again. That way, from her grown kids and her grandkids, Hayes, Kelly, and Douglas. I'm sure Steffi and Thomas will be Team Taylor and furious that their father Ridge is going back to Brooke again. Thomas has never been a fan of Brooke, and Steffi will feel like her dad lied when he promised he wouldn't break Taylor's heart this time, because that's exactly what Ridge is doing. Now, if Taylor decides to stay in LA, something that might be cool is to see her try and punish Ridge for lying and cheating, and all of his usual stuff. Taylor might try and sabotage Brooke and Ridge's reunited relationship. I, for one, would love to see Taylor coming for Ridge for just being a big old waffling lying cheater. But at the same time, I think Taylor doing this would be a huge waste of time, because Brad Bell said that Bridge is forever. So we know any efforts from Taylor to target Ridge and Brooke, or try and break them up, aren't going to work. Bell said in a recent interview with Italian magazine OG, I think is how you pronounce it, he said Bridge is endgame, but Taylor doing Ridge dirty would be fun to see. Another option for Taylor if she's sticking around is to enjoy a revenge romance with somebody in LA that Ridge hates. Leaving town with Nick would annoy Ridge, but Nick's not sticking around. Jack Wagner has been gone for weeks. He's back over filming his Hallmark show. But locally there is one big option for a revenge rebound that would eat Ridge up. Can you imagine if Taylor went over and hooked up with Don Diamont? Sure, Taylor tried to kill him before, but I don't think Bill's holding a grudge about that anymore. Plus, he likes to live dangerously. The idea of Taylor being in his bed and Ridge being furious would probably make Bill smile. He's never liked the dressmaker. So even if he was faking a romance with Taylor for a little revenge on Ridge, that might be a fun thing for Bill, especially after the way Ridge spoke to Bill after's Scott Clifton shooting. It was just awful. Ridge had the nerve to tell Bill to leave the hospital without seeing his son. Obviously, Liam was life and death laying there, with Luna. He came into the whole situation very contrite and very apologetic, but Ridge was being a jerk, calling him Billy out of nowhere. It's like the writers have just forgotten things. I've literally never heard Ridge call him that before. It's just craziness. So Bill might enjoy a bit of revenge on Ridge, and Taylor may be inspired to get closer to Bill. I think that would be a lot of fun. One last option. If she does decide to leave town, Taylor might pack her bags and decide to go away and throw herself into work. She may think that's the best way to forget Ridge and protect her heart. Taylor's gone off to do charity work before, so she could go back to that. Or maybe she heads to an ashram in India for some preventative chakra healing, so that broken heart syndrome doesn't get a hold of her again. I do remember that the chakra healing helped Taylor get past Ridge breaking her heart before. It helped her get over Ridge. The big mistake Taylor made was ever getting back under Ridge again. Let's face it, Taylor can do better. Heck, Brooke can do better. I've said it here before, Ridge is no prize. Thorsten Kaye has even said that Ridge is no prize. He doesn't like his character. I don't get the appeal of fighting over a waffling weenie like Ridge. But hey, we'll see what happens. I don't expect Taylor to take it well at all when Ridge ends their engagement and admits he's fallen back in love with Brooke while in Italy, just like Eric Forrester, John McCook, wanted him to.